Okay, the rotation of the hips is according to how the legs are oriented. So the rotation is actually helping a little bit, right? So it's helping the spine is being kind of twisted and rotated like this. So I'm getting a value of -20 here, and I press Shift E, and I want to have Shift E here as well. So basically -20 in both 0 and 24. And then in the middle, I need to have on the other side, an opposite value, which is 20. Okay. So if we play it now, this is helping. It's helping us a little bit more, and because it's helping us, we can actually move everything higher, a little bit higher. So we can select all of this and move Shift middle mouse click higher while playing. And I don't want to have this snapping. You see there's like a snapping or locking the knee. So that's why I need to be careful. I think that's okay-ish. Okay. Something else. Another rotation on the hips is when we're taking all the weight. So when this leg is taking the weight here, actually I need to do something else before that. I need to move to balance. So I'm just balancing the character while it's traveling. This foot is traveling, and at keyframe 6, I need to balance, right? So I need to swing this translate X. So I'm getting like a value of 1. And then on the other side is going to be a value of -1. Right? So it's shifting a little bit from one side to another. And it's up to you how much you mean we can actually select both of these ends and use the R key, middle mouse button, and going down, and that's going to scale it. So now we're going to have less of that swing side to side, right? And you can see this is 0.577 and this is -0. Well, it's not perfect, but getting the job quickly. Because the Walkcycle shouldn't be like 100% perfect. You know what I mean? It needs to be kind of like, sometimes I look like I'm limping or something, although I don't have anything, or just like something is unusual about my walk, but I don't know what it is. And that gives it that flavor and personality. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I think I'm gonna add the hands just because kind of looks too stiff for me at this moment. So I need to, and I know that my hands should be the opposite. So if my foot is in front, my hand should be in the back. And also I want to disable all these extra controllers because they're kind of annoying. Okay, so this. The hand should be more of a kind of neutral and relaxed pose. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Be this one slightly bent. Why is my geometry not referenced? Okay. That. Okay, not too much. Just a little bit. Maybe the pinky should be more. That's a good. It's starting. Now I have to keyframe these three fellas. Shift E. And the last one, Shift E. Always keyframe on the first and the last, so you have a perfect loopable. And then in the middle, I'm just checking the leg. Sometimes I feel like it's not. Okay, so let's move this now forward. They did, and more axis. Okay, while it's passing, the hand should be fully kind of stretched like this. Maybe here. When it starts kind of traveling backwards, I can slightly bend it forward. Okay, and then slightly is going to stretch again. It's going to stretch and then, yeah. So we don't want to add too many keyframes in here, just for the start. We can add more and more on the polishing when we're going to do more polishing. So, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this, this, and this in this order. Copy in the same order, top to bottom. Well, and I'm going to paste it just in the middle, right? And then we open the graph editor and we do the pre-infinity cycle. I'm also going to do this post just in case. We're kind of getting somewhere. Something else here, the upper torso or the whole torso should be opposite of the hips. So basically, I think I forgot something here. Let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot something. Here while it's taking the weight, you see on frame 6, this controller for the hips should rotate like this. Why? Because this bone is taking all the weight and then it's compressing upwards. And then this one is being more released because it's traveling through the air. So let's put number 8 here. And then on the other side in 18, we need to do -8, okay? Just the opposite. And I know this is like a bug. It's not really happening. Just a visual bug from the rig. So you see now we're getting more movement here. It feels more natural. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I can put down comments below if you think, or if you, I don't know, have a more experience with walking, can, you know, give advice to other people. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to help. So for example, let's see, at frame 6 we said that we wanted the hips to be this way, right? Maybe I can put it even more. Let's just exaggerate it to 12 and then minus 12 on the other side, just because the upper here, it needs to be the opposite, right? So the shoulder line needs to be opposite. So if the hips are, this part is higher, then this part needs to be higher here, right? So it kind of formed this this shape, rectangular shape here. But let's take it slow. Take it slow, one step at a time. Okay, this one we don't really need, but this one is going to be useful because we're going to help the hands now. So it's easier for me to remember these words like helping the hands, or so we're helping because we're rotating and we're placing this hand further forward and this one further backward just by rotating this. Okay, so this is what I meant. Because my hips are rotating like this, the shoulder should be reverse. So always remember the shoulders are reverse of the hips. Okay, so let's just put a value of 10 here. Shift E and Shift E here. And then in the middle, we need reverse minus 10. Okay. Probably is too much, but it's a good start. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so in this passing, when it's passing this passing position, let me see if I can move this. Oh yeah, we can move this slightly lower. So in this passing, this one here, we need to make it like an arc. So the hand travels in an arc. And I can either lower this from here, but it looks a little bit unnatural, or I can rotate it like this slightly. Okay, so rotate this minus 2. And then on the other side, I'm going to rotate it 2. So even if it's slightly, it's going to help you a lot. You know, it doesn't have to be really, really obvious. So some movements, they can be less obvious. Okay, so now let's do the neck. And what I typically do, like this one has a bug as far as I discovered, with when I switch off the follow body and I animate the neck, I'm getting weird weird stuff happening. And but let's see, maybe it was one time, or I don't know. Okay, oh, something else that I forgot to do, I wanted to have some kind of rotation on this axis. So rotate X needs to be, the body needs to be slightly tilted forward, or maybe even slightly forward, right? So let's look at the translate, sorry, rotate, was it rotate X? Yeah, that's rotate X. So I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to shift middle mouse click higher to a value of 1. So all of them, they're going to be 2. Let's try 2. Here we can even lower this backwards. Did I think I pressed here? Okay, I press 1 and 2 and then I lost the numbers. Maybe in the view. 1, 2, 3. It's at 1, the value of 1. F this, okay, because I lost all those values and I couldn't find them. So let's see here. I'm adding this rotation. Basically, when it's traveling down, is like the body is taking the weight and is tilting slightly forward, right? It's should actually tilt forward. Taking the weight is tilting forward, then it's kind of going backwards, and then it should tilt forward again. I think that's the way we should do it. Let's see. It works. Pressing F, selecting these two, let's put them at 2.5. This one's at value of 0. Let's see. Maybe it's too much, but yeah, maybe it's too much. But we can always tone this down, so we don't have that much. Now let's deal with this. I think we should move slightly forward. This translate on the Z axis, right? So I'll just move slightly forward to 0.5, all of them. Okay, so my body now is kind of, it needs to be slightly tilted forward and the center of gravity more forward. Just like when you're skating, you need to put the center of gravity where you're going, forward or backward. Then head. Let's see what we can do with the head. So basically we have this this thing when let's look at the body when it's taking the weight. This should rotate like this. Okay, that's the rotate X. Oh, rotate X doesn't have anything right now, which is good. We can do it now. Slightly rotation to something like 1.5. Taking the weight is going forward, then it's kind of going backwards, neutral again. So 0 to 12, press. Oh no, I don't want to press because I'm copying all the, I only want to rotate X, set it back to 0. I don't want to mess with the other frames because they might have different. So let's just do that, taking the weight, going back, and then again, taking the weight, and here is 1.5. Insert a key, right click, and put this here. Both of them 1.5. Okay, it's getting better and better. So, okay, we're almost 20 minutes in, which is really nice. And I'm going to do the head as well. And then I'll probably do another one later where I'm going to polish it. But not today. I'll probably, okay, Shift E, and now I'm curious if it's gonna pop. The head is gonna pop because Oh no, it's not doing anything. That's good. So it's all how the body kind of reacts, or the movement of the body, because it's all related to the hips, or how the hips are kind of going up and down and bouncing. Because when the hip take the weight, the body follows, then the head follows, right? So it's like a chain reaction event happening. So the head moving down needs to have a slight delay. So this one is 8. Okay, let's just put them both at 9. Down, up, down, up. Okay, so let's do a pre and post infinity cycle. And let's delay this a little bit. Have 1 frame delay. Or maybe 2 frames. Okay, nice. It has a small delay, right? So it's not kind of pretty, pretty. Okay, so I'll wrap this up, and then in the next one we'll do the moving forward. I'll show you the baking, and then, but before doing that, I'll save this because I want to have a clean walk cycle. Okay, so this is going to be clean walk, because when I do the baking and everything, it's just going to be almost one-way road. So that was quite quick, right? With all the explanation, you can do this walk cycle in 15 minutes without, having to follow along. If you just remember it out of the top of your head, it's just very, very quick to do. And it's highly customizable, because you can always adjust those parameters and make it like bounce or delay, or give them offset, and so on and so on. And this is the power of this approach. So the moving forward is going to be done through the main or the global controller here. And I press Shift W, Shift E, and Shift W, Shift E, first and last. And I need to make this longer, and then put it to reference again. So we're starting the walk here, and we want to go forward. And probably what I need to do, I need to select show none and show curves. So I'm just selecting the curves only. I don't want to select joints or any other things. Just the controllers, and those, only those will be, just go to graph editor and go pre-infinity cycle, post-infinity cycle. So we're cycling everything now, everything, and show all. And then this one needs to be cycled, but that's the thing, it needs to be cycled differently from the others, because so if we go forward, you see we're kind of getting some foot slippering, the feet are slippering. So what I'm going to do, just press F, okay, that's the moving forward, translate Z, and you can see now it's always going to 0, then going to 0. So we don't want that. We want to have a flat curve, consistent speed, and then a post-infinity cycle with offset. That means it will keep on going from the last position that it held. And then if we go to 100, let's say 120 frames, here we go, 120, and we're getting this a little bit of slipping. But basically when, let me show you. So if I have this like this, and it appears that my feet are slipping backwards, it means that I need to push it upwards more, right? It's still going backwards, you can see, going backwards. And if it goes forwards, then you have too much. See, now my feet are going forward. And I can do some simple plane or something like that, kind of to, or not a plane, maybe a cube is better for this. So I just put it here, so I know that this should be at the, I know there are better ways of doing this. So let's just put it fully planted and then we can measure it, okay? So now it's fully planted. And now what happens is that it's going forward. You can see it's going farther away from the box. And this is something we don't want. So we take the main controller and we bring it lower. So if I go all the way to 12, I should have this here. So basically I'm going to the middle and I align it perfectly so the curve is not going either way. And it's only slightly going forward. You can see slightly going forward. And I need to move it back a little bit. That's a little bit fiddly. I know there's a way to measure these curves, but kind of forgot how to do that. But if you know, please post it on the comments below. Thank you, and I guess see you soon.